Chasing 75-degree weather in Florida in the wintertime, well, it's tricky. Today I'll explain to you why, and I'll show you how that impacted our last trip. Hi, I'm Owen of Van Trekking Lifestyle, and we're glad you're here. Let's get started. I don't know about you, but I bet you long for warmer weather when the days get cold and dreary in the winter. I know we do, and being just 8 to 10 hours away from sunny Florida, well, it's hard not to pack up the RV, throw on some shorts and flip-flops, and head down I-95 to paradise. Every year we say we're not going to do it, we're going to grin and bear it, but we rarely do. So this winter we did just that, and we packed up the RV and we headed out on a little quest for 75-degree sunny weather. Just a 4-week trip between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And did it work? Well, most years it does, but this year's an El Niño year, and every talking head weather person in the country is saying the same thing.
We are breaking down El Niño, and it's getting big headlines this year.
And the Climate Prediction Center from NOAA showing that this is likely to be a 100% chance at an El Niño at least through March.
That's an indication, and it's pretty telling, that the meteorologists over at the Climate Prediction Center think that chances of us having a wetter than average winter running higher.
And guess what? They nailed it. What we found was colder, wetter, windier days than we wanted. Actually, not much better than the weather we were running from. We did find a few warm days, but even those days were super windy, far from tropical weather. And as our Florida friends are famous for saying, well, it is winter, so stop whining. So several stops into this trip, we thought about cutting it short, but we'd made plans to spend Thanksgiving and Christmas with my mom, so we needed to try to stay out so that timing worked out just like we'd planned. But for this trip, we planned on not going much further south than Daytona. We quickly figured out that if we were going to find sunshine, we'd have to break those plans and go further south. So even though it was going to add over 6 hours of driving to our trip, we booked 4 nights at Jonathan Dickinson State Park near Stewart, and we made the drive there from Tomoka with our fingers crossed that we would find perfect tropical weather.
Calling Owen out of Tomoka. Maggie, ride with me today.
Sitting on the Loxahatchee River and next to the Atlantic Ocean and close to towns like West Palm Beach, Jonathan Dickinson has a lot to offer, and we felt really lucky that we'd been able to score 4 nights there.
Arrive at Jonathan Dickinson State Park.
We wanted to make the most of what we hoped was going to be perfect weather, so we checked in right at 2 o'clock, put on shorts, and rode off to check out the river and just get a little bit of sunshine and exercise. Blue skies over the ocean, but inland it looks like there's a storm brewing. Look at these work trucks here. Man, what is this? You just your backpack. Isn't that the coolest backpack? I am not the most techie person that I see at a park like this. A battery remote controlled backpack. So you want to get on the bike trail now and go the rest of the way? There's a little trek. Look at that. Didn't look bad. If it was raining, it would definitely be worth being in here. I guess I'm off-roading on my scooter now. But this is going to take us out to the river campground, the more rustic side. That was a lot of fun coming back there. About 23 miles an hour is top speed for this Highboy Max Pro. That was the bicycle lady.
You were flat. No way I can keep up with you.
Hey, baby.
Hey, baby.
Hey, sweetheart. Hey, honey. When we started bringing a scooter with the bike, I worried at first that I wouldn't be able to keep up with Lynn on the bike, but I think
can't
it's
keep up with
actually
you.
the opposite of that, isn't it?
You were flying.
We have a small RV that has a huge living room. Well, a huge living room when the weather cooperates, and it's nice. So we sat outside and just enjoyed the afternoon in the sunshine. In order to get here, we'd skipped lunch, and pretty soon it was time to grill up an early dinner at the campsite. We cooked some really fancy meals in the cast iron skillet out here in the outdoor kitchen, and we cooked some really simple ones. Tonight, simple. Nathan hot dogs with slaw and onions and mustard. While I'm cooking the dogs out here, Lynn's inside using the air fryer. We don't really use a microwave. In fact, we look back over the last 7 years of having a microwave with us at any time. We've used it less than 10 times. We've only used it twice with the Echo. So one of the things I did when we were home and we couldn't travel before we took this trip is we took the microwave out and we made a cabinet in that area. One of the things that fits in there, well, a toaster and a microwave and a blender. We like those things better, so Lynn's using that now. Take it back. Here's where the microwave used to be. And you can see it's a huge cabinet that's used just for that one little microwave. And like many of you, we have used that space before just to put bread in the microwave and other things, but you can just store so much more in here once you get this open. So, works out great for us. So you brought my mustard.
I did.
You're going to use the Who Crapped mustard. Sunny, warmer days means we can take Maggie for a walk and time that to take in the sunsets. And our first sunset here at Jonathan Dickinson, wow, it didn't disappoint at all. Another nighttime walk to see the sunset with Maggie. And look at my shoulders. That sunset. Wow. That's just wow. Did you see another rabbit, Maggie? Where is it? I see it. It went over there, didn't it? Be very quiet. Hunt the rabbits. There it is, there it is. Oh, there goes a dog. There goes a mommy. Rabbits are everywhere. Maggie doesn't see it yet. Now she sees it.
Oh, hey, good morning. I got the sun right in my face. Whatever, that was bad planning on my part. How are you today?
So if you guys are really into photography, Steve Mathias, look him up. He is fantastic. Lynn's over taking a shower because the showers look really good here. I'm here loving on Maggie and laying in here watching a little YouTube, and thought I'd watch something of his because I'm always inspired to make better photos when I watch his vlog. Let's keep watching, Maggie. You want to? The next morning was sunny and warm, but man, the wind started cranking. Looking back, we should have hightailed it to the water early that morning, but like usual, we just lollygagged around drinking coffee and spending time with Maggie. Pretty soon it was early afternoon. We decided to ride back over to the water to see if we'd blown it by waiting. Made it here to the water. You may not be able to hear me because of the wind, but wow, the water is really, really moving today. So I don't think it's... What were your famous last words?
Should have went yesterday.
I know. So likely we won't get to go out on the water today. So coming back, there's a green bike trail that's semi-paved. A little rougher than riding on the road, but not quite like being in the sand so far. So
green means easy, right?
Have to find out. Is that what it means? I don't know. I think it's just the blazing for this. So, but here, let me show you what it looks like. It goes right beside of the train track, and trains blow through here like 80 miles an hour. So this is awesome, isn't it? That's the trail going out through there. And here's where we came from. We missed our chance. Each day the weather there got a little cooler and even more windy, so we just tried our best to make the most of it. We usually travel with just our little RV, but this time we actually had a car with us, so we took advantage of that and spent that afternoon shopping and exploring nearby. So came into Costco. We were just shopping, getting some Christmas shopping done, and I had this crack, at least I thought I had a crack, in the corner of this lens. And, you know, they're insured for a year when you get them, so you can get anything done. So I came in thinking it's getting close to the 1 year mark, so I might need to go in and get it taken care of while we're here in Florida. So the lady took it back and she says, I don't think it's a crack. I think it might be something else. Well, what else? When she came back, she said, we need to send you to the doctor because you're missing an eyelash. Somehow I'd gotten an eyelash stuck in between the lens and the frame of my glasses, and so looking through it always looked like, wow, it's like everything was blurry because I was looking through that eyelash and I couldn't get it off. But she said she had to pop the lens out in order to get it out. So weird, but it's kind of cool. Glad to get to do that now. I'm walking around trying to find Lynn in here, and you know, windy, can't really do a lot, so we'll just go knock out shopping so that when it's prettier tomorrow, we'll be able to go do something fun. We're continuing on to finish doing a little shopping, and we saw this tree just in a parking lot here. As far as we can tell from researching, this is a banyan tree. We drove 30 miles north one afternoon to walk around the cute little seaside town of Stewart. The happiest seaside town in Florida. Not sure about that, but I think we're gonna, you wanna go? The ride over here is just awesome. We're on A1A, which rides along the coastline. It's called the South Dixie Highway. Kind of surprised they haven't made them rename that yet. They've made them rename everything else. This is really cool. We went through the little town, fishing village town of Salerno. Port Salerno. I think that's how you say it. We tried to get Google to tell us how to say it. Sure. Salerno me how to say that. I couldn't get anybody to teach me, so if you know if I'm saying it wrong, then tell me. Pretty cool though. This is awesome. Neat little ride. We have no idea what we're getting into.
Ready to do a little walking?
Oh yeah, Maggie got left behind a lot more than usual because we had the car, so we spent a lot of time just playing with her and loving on her. All the talking heads were right when they said El Niño was going to impact our fun this winter. But you know what? We made the most of it, and a few days of sunshine, shorts, and flip-flops, it beats no days at all, doesn't it? Before we go for this video, I want to talk to you a little bit about our plans for 2024. Just so you know, you're going to see a lot of review videos popping up in the next week or so as we try to zero in on the best scooter and folding e-bike to take RVing. You're also going to see a video coming out soon about what it's like to drive our Winnebago Echo in 35 to 40 mile an hour crosswinds. And we're staying home in January this year. That's rare for us, but Lynn wants to see snow. And then our plans right now are to head out west for February and March. As we grow older, it's easy to just long to stay put. But we can only take so much of that before our wanderlust kicks in, and we need to be off to see new things and new adventures. You'd think we'd have planning trips down pat after all these years of doing it, but we still find it hard. If you know us, then you know our plans are really never ever set in stone. This year, to make our decision, we listed out all the things we value most for a winter trip and compared a lot of different options in a spreadsheet, and the Southwest won this year. We think that's where we're going to be heading in February, but you'll just have to stick around to find out. And hey, did you know that if you're not watching on the TV and I say words like, hey, like this video, the little like button down below, well, it starts wiggling around wanting to be tickled. And if I say subscribe to our channel, well, it probably does the same thing, doesn't it? Technology, you gotta love it. Whether you subscribe or not, we're just glad you watch our videos. We hope you get a little bit of value out of them and therefore want to click on the like button. And we hope you'll come back and watch more soon. Thanks for being here. Our little 2-vehicle caravan is on the road again. Here we go. Thanks a lot, Jupiter and Jonathan Dickinson State Park here in the middle of southern Florida. We've got a great time. And we will be back.
In a quarter mile, turn right.
Saying goodbye to the campground?